on the players who... And that pitch hits Greg Nettles, and he's going after Donnie Moore. Here we go again. Nettles in the middle, Moore backing out. The benches are emptying again. My, oh my, oh my. From San Diego, Bobby Brown was thrown out. Goose Gossage going after Donnie Moore. They're heading toward the Braves dugout again. Here goes Greg Nettles after Moore, and he was really tackled in front of that Braves dugout. Nettles at the bottom of all that. Joe Torre pulling Alan Wiggins away.
Facing Rick Sutcliffe, just a bit inside, just a bit inside, and just a bit inside again. John McSherry says, look, I'm going to warn both benches. I'm going to warn you, Rick Sutcliffe, don't throw inside. I think there was a message with that pitch. Marvin said it didn't.
He stood and admired from home plate.
Well, he knew that was coming.
Well, he's been tossed out. Tewksbury is out of the game.
But that's okay in Tewksbury's mind. He said, well, you know, the guy showed me up, I'm going to get him. And that's baseball.
So Tewksbury heads out.
And the fans give him a standing ovation.
Now Torre goes to the mound.
5 second, runners at first and second. Jose Oquendo lays down the bunt. Kelly Stinnett throws it past Rico Bronya. This is exactly the reverse call of the one we had in Los Angeles. Oquendo's called out for running out of the baseline. Here it is again. He's running on the grass. He's about 3 inches out of the baseline. Joe Torre is incensed. You're a replacement ump, and I'd like to meet your replacement.
Let's go back to Coble. The Yanks come after him again, this time with words. Joe Torre attacks Coble face to face, gets the gate, and then throws Don Zimmer's thesis at Coble. And
against his former team, Chuck Finley. 3-0. Bernie Williams, called a strike. Joe Torre not happy about that call. 2 pitchers later, Williams still at the plate. Torre still in the game. Did he get it? Tim Salmon going back in right center. Makes the catch. Between innings, Torre came out to argue.
1 out trying to protect a 3-1 lead. Jeff King grounds to Charlie Hayes. You saw Hayes step on third for the 2nd out. His throw to first gets by Tino Martinez. 1 run already in. Jay Bell trying to score all the way from first. Gets caught up in a run down at third. But Dale Ford, the ump, called him out. Why? What is up with that? Bob Boone wants an explanation. Nobody knows who's up, Cecil or Chili. Richie Garcia, of all people, Jeffrey Mayer's best friend, overrules Ford and sends Bell back to third. Rogers can't believe it. Watch again. Jose Offerman leaving the picture. Dale Ford got confused and thought Bell passed Offerman, but Offerman was already out.
it is Saturday when Joe Torre took out the lineup cards and got the gate. Now, you know Joe is expecting to get tossed because this is the first time he took out the lineup card since the Game 1 of the World Series. Scott Brocious feels Clemens' wrath, takes it in the back. Clemens does not get a warning from home plate ump Mike Riley, and that enrages Joe Torre, who got ejected for the first time this season. He screams at Riley. Perhaps if you can see him reading his lips.
Of the 8th, and we've got controversy. Paul O'Neill called out by first base umpire Brian Gibbons. O'Neill and Suds throws his helmet, gets the heave-ho, and then Joe Torre also gets tossed out.
Hit hard, Martinez at first. Soul for 1, back to Rivera, not in time. Rivera, we're going to have another argument at first base. I mean, it has been a tough night for Doug Eddings. Now, Tino can't get thrown out of the game. Leyritz is already gone. Soho's in. And immediately, here comes Joe Torre again. He wants to have another conversation with Eddings. Another bang-bang play. Another bang-bang play.
Eddings can't wait till he gets behind the plate. Things will ease off a little bit. He'll be behind the plate tomorrow night.
6. Meanwhile, bases loaded, 1 out. Chris Turner. Damian Easley says, don't even think about it. The stop and then the inning-ending double play. And after that play, Joe Torre didn't like the call and gives Jeff Kellogg an earful. And then Torre gets to sit down for the rest of the game. And then Popeye comes out. Yeah, Don Zimmer. Torre's trying to restrain him.
And Stewart drops a bunt. Issues again for Pettit, bobbles it, makes a good throw, though, to first, and Stewart, though, beats the throw. Joe Torre, very un-Joe Torre-like, thrown out of the ball game.
Yankees in the 8th. Jay Watasic dealing to Jose Cruz Jr. Home plate umpire Rob Drake will warn both teams. Torre's furious. He lets Drake know about it. Drake then throws Torre out of the game. Back in the dugout, Torre can't.
Bottom 7, 6'4" Jays. El Duque throwing behind Carlos Delgado. They exchange words in Spanish. You Spanish lip readers, avert your eyes. El Duque gets warned. He did not heed the warning. Later in the at-bat, he plunks Delgado. The Blue Jays bench will get up. We're going to throw here? No. Joe Torre gets tossed because
It's a rule. Tie game, Buddy Groom to Robin Ventura. Strike 3 called. Ventura doesn't like that call by Hernandez. Ventura will get ejected. And then here comes Joe Torre coming out to argue for his player, and he gets ejected.
3-2 Yankees, 2 batters later, A-Rod. Greg's 1-1 is low, Tim Timmons says. Don Mattingly, the Yankees hitting coach. You can't say that on TV, Don. Next pitch to A-Rod, and Greg gets him on a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, inning over. And after the inning, Joe Torre sticking up for his hitter, and Timmons has had about enough. Torre is ejected.
Up and in, and they throw at Dave Roberts with the first pitch of the inning. Well, now they're going to throw Halsey out of the game. I wonder whether or not the Yankees would retaliate. They're doing. The bench is now emptying. So are the bullpens. Things under control so far.
Still in there. And probably hits the pitch, and he's thrown out. Clayton Kershaw, in watching the plate umpire, has been ejected. Yep. So Aaron Rowan is hit by the pitch. Joe Torre will go out. He's already lost his bench coach. We'll see if Joe can hold himself together.
Carry yourself a little bit better. Called strike 3. Fastball caught the outer part of the strike zone, and there are now 2 outs here in the first. Oh, this is back-to-back at-bats for Casey Blake, where he doesn't really like the called third strike that he's seen. Or is that? Oh, now he's gone.
Casey's been thrown out.
Casey Blake wasn't saying anything, was he? Here comes Joe. Casey doesn't say too much, and he certainly knows how and when to get thrown out of a game if he's going to. And I think Joe's wondering, all right, who did you throw out of the game, and are you sure you got the right guy?